You're watching Spotlight TV. Spotlight TV, turn on the entertainment.
Good afternoon and welcome to the program. This is Rock in Style, your most trendy, sassy and sexy fashion show.
Well, here we unpack the best in celebrity style and trends off and on the runway. I'm Jane Apondo.
And my name is Zawadi Mdibo.
So in the headlines today, we have the billionaire's yard.
Where Nairobi is now home to a 1.4 billion casino. We'll tell you where and when this was unveiled.
And the sexy, sassy and hungar.
Now that is about Kenya Airways that has just organized a fashion show for all you lovers of new designs who want to take your time beside a Dreamliner.
And South America's heritage on the premiere on the global stage.
And that is about the Vogue magazine that is now premiering the transgender people on a very important global stage. No discrimination. Welcome back to the program. This is Rock in Style. We started by telling you about the Billionaires Club, and this is about a casino that is newly unveiled at the Two Rivers Mall. Have you been there?
That's right. I actually did. I happened to grace the previous event, and it was impeccable. You know, the architecture, the styling, the design. You know, all the golden plates everywhere. It was fantastic, magnificent.
The red carpet.
Yeah. Well, the red carpet, honestly, the fashion and style was out of this world. It was incredible. Yeah, I loved it.
Now, there's the yearly fashion event that happens at the Karura Forest. I wonder why you guys choose to go to the Karura. I've never been there myself.
Well, as you know, the Karura Forest is like a very sensational spot. Lots of trees, breezy, and a lot of people like there to go and relax. Now, there is this annual event called the Bazaar.
Yeah, I'm sure
and
it's very bizarre.
It's incredible, like all the Christmas sales you can ever imagine. So it hosts up to about 40 different designers, in arts and craft and design, whatever, fashion, whatever it is that you're skilled in. You get a tent and you're allowed to showcase your product and sell to everybody. There's also lots of entertainment. They bring famous musicians. They've got like a face painting area, like lots of kids games.
This year's event like? Who was there? How were they dressed? Did it run through the night?
Okay, well, we're fortunate enough to have the sun out all day, so everybody was in their shorts, you know, summer, sunny clothes. Thank goodness we're living in Nairobi just by the equator, so we have the best weather ever. Lots of people were in colorful attire. Elani was there. We had Tetushani. We had Karun, and she did her famous performance, Glow Up.
Oh, really?
So yeah, Miss Karen, former member of Camp Mula. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about something different. Have you heard about the Dreamliner, or have you flown in one?
The Dreamliner, no, I haven't had the luck.
So you missed out on an opportunity.
Tell me about it.
There was a fashion event at the Kenya Airways hangar, their headquarters in Embakasi, where they allowed fashion designers and beauty pageants to come in.
Oh, wow.
They set up a runway just next to the Dreamliner, so you can actually live your dream in real life.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I heard people were doing that in China, but it was a social media scam where you get to take pictures in a jet, but the jet actually doesn't take off. So who is cheating who?
Oh yeah. So and there was this story about the transgender women in Mexico getting a cover picture on the Vogue magazine. The Vogue magazine is big.
Exactly, it's super international.
And I think this is really important because the issues about stigmatization against certain genders, what do you feel about this?
Honestly, I feel like sexuality is fluid and you can be whatever it is that you want to be. Heterosexual, lesbian, bisexual, trans, you could be whatever, as long as you're a human being and you don't hurt others, you don't offend others, and it doesn't matter who you love.
Wow.
Yeah.
And by the way, in Kenya, during the census, there was an introduction of a new gender, which is the
Intersex, which is incredible. I feel like Africa is definitely warming up and opening up to the fact that this is a reality and these people are real, that they have fears and dreams just like us, and everybody deserves an equal opportunity to, you know, make decisions and be a part of the law.
Well, that is just about it in our news segment. We take a short break. When we come back, we tell you a lot more about what is coming up. We'll talk to fashion designers, fashion watch police, who will talk to you about how to dress where and how not to dress where.
Yeah.
Well, that's just about it. We'll take a short commercial break. I'm Zawadi Mdibo, and you have been watching Rock in Style.
Well, I'm Jane Apondo. See you soon.
Welcome back to the program. This is Rock in Style. This is the most sexy and sassy show on Kenyan television. And today we are joined by a special guest. What's your name, by the way? Let's pretend I don't know you.
My name is Angie.
So Angie is a designer. Tell us a little more about what you do.
I'm a business lady. I deal with handbags. Online, my page is Odels on Instagram.
Fantastic. So I presume that you have had an opportunity to interact with people within the world of fashion. You've seen how people dress, and you have a comment about what they should and what they should not wear in certain occasions. And therefore, I would like us just talk about the Marketing Society of Kenya gala dinner the other day. We saw the Master of Ceremonies, Eric Omondi, was adorned in a polka dot sort of suit.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was it a miss or a hit?
I don't think the polka dot was okay with how he looks, with the hair and everything. I feel like he should have maybe toned it down a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're saying maybe he should have had a jacket that is plain?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the president. President Kenyatta, during the BBI, we had so many people from all over the world, and especially within East Africa, come to see what this document has. Everyone was in a necktie, in a suit, looking sharp. And the president showed up dressed, in my opinion, very casually. What do you think?
I feel it was a serious event. Should have dressed appropriately. Yeah,
So
for the event.
what do you think he should have been wearing on that occasion?
He should have been in a more plain suit, like the rest of the people. Yeah, it should have blended well with the occasion.
With the occasion. Let's talk about Sylvia Mulinge, Safaricom's head of customer care service. She also was at the Marketing Society gala, and I saw her in a dress, a polka dot dress, and some sort of really nice looking blouse, white blouse.
Yeah.
How would you say, how would you rate that dressing out of a score of 10?
That was a good one. For me, that's a 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why? What
'Cause she
exactly
looks
about her
good.
dressing?
She looks different. The top is kind of different, gives her a different look from, I think, the other people there. She looks good to me. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. So that is Angie. Angie is our fashion police for this week's edition, and we'll be having her right here next week. Be careful, because we might be watching you.
I got into fashion in 2011, and I started off with my brand name, Kipusa. Kipusa means beautiful young lady in Swahili. After 3 years of designing under the brand name Kipusa, I then decided to use my own name, which is something that people, it's not easy to copy, for one, as has happened with my other brand name. And number two, it's me basically, it's my identity. Growing up, my mom had this sewing kit, and basically it was just a lot of threads and needles. So I used to steal her needles, and I started cutting up her clothes to make dresses for my dolls. What I'm wearing is one of my own prints. And it was inspired by something that I mentioned before, which is the headdress that was worn by the Luo warriors. And I love the ostrich feather. And it starts off with a sketch, and then you do it digitally and you do a black and white, and then you fill in the colors. So everything is done digitally. I think what makes each artist unique is that you're buying their story. And I feel like for me, my work is basically, I design my own prints right now. That's something that's different. So if you're going to wear a print dress from me, it's going to be something you will not find with someone else. My most favorite thing about what I do is the fact that I can make people happy. I think there's nothing more valuable than seeing someone come alive wearing your clothes and being so comfortable and being so happy. And I think those are the things that keep me going, because my clients, will walk out of here, they'll send me messages, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so great in your dress. And for me, that's who I do it for. Everything else doesn't even matter. It's for my client.
Welcome back to Rockin' Style. My name is Timothy Kipiagon. Today we're here at Daystar University to find out what drives students here in terms of fashion. We asked them where they get their fashion inspiration from, and this is what they had to say.
I get my style inspiration from various people. There are various celebrities I look up to, or even normal people. I can just meet you at the road and I like your style and I can draw something from that. What's inspired me to wear what I wore today is, one, it's weekend. What do people wear weekend? Jeans. You don't want to wear uptight clothes, you have tight pants, you have official clothes on a weekend. So for me, a weekend basically is where you wear free clothes, something comfortable, jeans-like, and that's what I decided. If it was probably on a weekday, I'll probably wear I'm going to the office. But since it's a weekend, denim.
I get my style inspiration from Pinterest, and just basically I think personally it's something that's inside of me, so I just find myself easily getting by it. Like today, how I came up with my outfit was I got this boyfriend shirt the other day on Saturday, and I really wanted to pair it with something in between the week. So yeah, it was either the boyfriend shirt with a skirt or with some nice cute leggings, but the skirt won the day.
For me, I think it's an inborn thing because I don't look at what other people wear or follow the trend. I just pick up what I find and make it look good. So it's something that I'm used to doing, because that's a motto I live by: look good everywhere you go. So that's something I like to do. Today I'm wearing Gucci pants, Alexander McQueen's. I'm wearing a pull neck, an overall shirt, and a hat.
First of all, I think style is personal. So basically for me, it will be inspired by weather. I like keeping warm because this month, as you've seen, we never know when it's going to rain. So for today, I think I just wanted to do the leather jacket and the bit of the turtle sweater because I feel it can work both ways. I can take off the jacket when the weather gets warm, and when it gets a bit cold, I can put on the jacket. Yeah.
You're watching Spotlight TV. Spotlight TV. Turn on the entertainment.
Welcome back. This is Rockin' Style, and the segment is Trends in Fashion. And I'm speaking to Betty Ann. She is a designer. She's a fashionista. By the way, is there a word like a fashionista?
Yes,
is it an English word?
It is an English word.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Sheng. So she'll be speaking to us about some of the trends that are making an epic comeback. She'll tell us from what time in age and what those trends mean and fashion mean to you. So welcome, Betty, I beg your pardon. Just go ahead and tell us exactly what you do.
Well, Betty Ann is a lead designer.
Mm-hmm.
I am a liberal thinker who is very creative and innovative and just eager and curious to be part of this evolution of fashion in Kenya and Africa.
All right. So talking about evolution, what are some of the trends or fashion, fashion styles that you see evolving
Over time?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, style, fashion does evolve.
Yeah.
If you look at over time, the periods over time.
Yeah.
The same fashion in the 30s, 1930s comes back around. In the 80s comes back around. The 90s comes back around. And currently now in 2019, we've been seeing a lot of trends from the 80s, from the 90s.
Ah.
Yeah.
So tell us a little more about these trends. Are we talking about clothing? Are we talking about the general swag? I'm also trying to have my own swag here. So was it there in the 80s?
Yes, it was actually. From the 80s, we see so many trends transitioning come 2019, which is literally from head to toe, from your hairpins to your clothing to your shoes. Everything has come back again, just with a different style, with a touch of 2019.
So what defines fashion? How would you say this is fashionable, or how would you say, oh, that is, it's a classic from the 80s? How do you identify?
Well, it's more of a universal thing for starters. So you'll notice that other companies, great companies in the world, are doing trend predictions already on the runways in general, worldwide. 2020 items are already on the runway being served. So there's a general prediction, and with psychology, you manipulate people's psychology, and also seeing that the trend is moving forward. We have the 80s trend now, meaning it just needs to keep progressing and progressing. So it's just a constant evolution.
Yeah, when you're talking about the 80s, what comes to my mind is, I remember when I was a young boy, and my dad used to grow very long hair, the kind of afro hair. Then he would have bell bottoms, and he would love short-sleeved shirts. What are they called? Some very interesting watches they used to wear. So is that what we are talking about?
It is what we're talking about. From the big hair, colored clothes, specific items, boiling down to denims. We'd see a lot of neon colors. People used to wear a lot of orange, yellow, very screaming blue. Yes, all that is part and parcel of the trend.
This trouser I've seen amongst ladies. I forget its name, and I hope I will pronounce this correctly. I think it's a palazzo.
Yes, it is a palazzo.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
Where did this come from?
It's the same thing, the 80s. It started off with hipsters. Do you
I remember hipsters.
Yes.
Hipsters. And buktas?
Book tops.
No, buktas, it was like a short for ladies.
Yeah.
So you feel me?
Oh wow, yes.
Yes,
oh my goodness. But the books,
and bikers, are they?
But that's the thing, they came back in style as bikers now, and they call them biker shorts.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they have. They definitely, those came back.
Wow.
Came back big. So palazzo is part of the hipsters.
Let's get a bit intimate here. So there's this kind of clothing amongst ladies. I used to see my sisters when I was growing up. I think they dropped this camisole.
Yes.
Do ladies still wear camisole?
No.
And why?
Camisole
is that a fashion?
It kind of, you can say it is a fashion, because there was a time people could not do without. And now people just do not do camisoles any longer.
Why?
But look at me. I mean, I remember leaving the house today, and the kids, there's so many kids where I live, around where I live, and they were like, "Are you in a night dress?" And I was like, it's so adorable. But it's the fashion trend, Now we have such dresses that look like sleep dresses, like, what someone would wear to bed. And it's just, now I think it's something similar, right?
And there are those dresses I've seen. I had people talk about, maybe I've seen them, the head dresses. What are the names, and can you just define some of them?
Okay, now there's something like this, which is more of a pajama look, that has been trending. Such dresses are called sleep dresses. There's different kinds of comfortable dresses, but they're very simple. It's the same thing that has been present, just maybe renamed.
Coming back in a different way.
In a different way, yes.
Yeah.
In a more modern way. Because again, times have changed. You can't just copy paste. Yeah.
And then you mentioned, wow, my viewer will forgive me. You mentioned about the boob tops.
Yeah.
Do ladies still use these things anymore?
Yeah, but then now they're in a much more modern take as well.
So how do they call them now?
People hardly wear boob tops.
Or they're just for the gym?
Now there's silicone bras, which are just, they're like, they don't have straps or
Really?
any kind of attachment. It's
Will
just
they fall off?
literally, they don't fall off. They have like a special glue.
They're magnetic. Like how?
We don't have magnet in us.
What
How
kind
can
of
it
special
be?
glue?
It's a silicone glue, yes. So you just place it on your skin and
and then it sticks.
Yes.
What if you have a very busy day and you're sweaty? Doesn't it fall off?
It does not fall off.
Wow.
Yeah. Fashion evolution.
All right. So tell us about some of your latest designs, fashion designs that you have released in the market.
All right. So I try as much as possible to do about 3 collections annually. And this year I had a timeless piece collection. I had an origin collection, which is my favorite collection, and a chic collection as well. So the chic is mainly, the main target of producing that collection was just to cater for the working class, because I used to work, I was employed at some point. And
now you're employing people. Goals.
Thanks to God.
Yeah.
So I used to find it so hard to get items that are stylish just to go to work. So I decided to get that chic collection out to cater for that particular class of people. Then there's the timeless pieces, because being a young lady in her 20s, trying to work and get business out there, I can't keep spending on clothes. So what do? You look for timeless pieces. Something I'll wear this year, it's going to be in fashion. Next year, the year, then I don't need to keep. Yeah, so that's another. Yes, so that was my second collection. Then the origin collection, which is my favorite collection ever, is more of an African themed type of wear. So I'm gonna play around with I've been playing around with African materials, not Ankara, specially made. I designed the fabric, and it's just breathtaking. Very simple, nice, but it brings us back home. Yes.
Now I'll tell you about my own trends and fashion.
Tell me.
So I have had this black suit for quite some time, but I keep changing my shirts and neckties.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
There's something that people really fail to understand in most cases. How do you dress for an occasion? What are some of the things that you need to look out for if you're going for a gala dinner, if you're going for an award ceremony, or you're going for a cocktail or just a date? Maybe 2 or 3 top.
Well,
10?
I think you said it. You first need to look at the occasion.
All right.
You can't dress up in a matching African outfit if you date to a cocktail event. That's maybe a wedding attire. So you have to definitely first of all look at the occasion. Then secondly, you need to look at your body type. Especially for the ladies, you'll find you like a dress on somebody, you just go purchase it. You've not considered your body type, you've not considered your skin color. Yes. The different tones of skin color really does matter. The items, if I wear, considering my color, it won't look as good as I wear others, and so would you, even for the men. Yes, there's always that, you wear that blue shirt, it looks nice, and then, yes, there's always that as well. But you need to consider the entire package. Just don't haphazardly pick items and throw them on. It never works
Before I
like
let you go, Betty, I would like you to look into that camera and tell us about one thing. When is the first time or the one time you recall you were a fashion disaster? In the way you dressed, you thought you were so good and you didn't get a compliment, or if you did, then everyone else told you why you should not have worn that dress or attire.
one time only.
Yes, just one time.
Let me tell you, it would be a lie if I say this does not happen.
Yeah.
It actually does happen. So I think I'd go with right after finishing my high school and I'm out in the world ready to conquer and I remember there was a fashion event and I didn't know what to wear. So I settled for a skirt and decided to turn it into a dress.
Wow.
Which was ridiculous. I look at those photos and I cringe.
Oh, you have those photos?
I do.
I'm sure my director will just
I'm not gonna
show them us to us. Show them
it's
to
not
us.
happening. It's not happening. But I cringe up to today every time I see those photos.
It's like turning a shirt into a blouse, yeah?
Exactly.
Wow. Well, you had it from Betty Ann. She's a fashion designer, has told us about some of the hits and misses she has had herself, and you have the tips on what to look out for if you're seeking to be trendy and classy. Well, that's all the time we had for you on today's edition of Rockin' Style. Remember, this is the show that keeps you on trend, bringing you events on and off the runway, and of course keeping you up to date with the latest forms of design. My name is Zawadi Mdibo, and on behalf of the entire team, see you next week. Bye.
You're watching Spotlight TV. Spotlight TV. Turn on the entertainment.